What up, what up, what up? This your boy, Dan the Dark Knight, sitting here with my boy.
Hey, Knuckles, what's poppin'?
And this is Pop the Bubble.
Hi,
What's
Mom.
good with y'all Negroes? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? If you're here, say what's up, you scoundrels. So Jay Knuckles, talk to him, bro. What's up with you?
You know, the weather's nice out, you know.
It is. It's beautiful outside.
It's been gorgeous. I have a lot to complain about. I shouldn't complain about nothing, but people know me. I'm gonna talk my ish anyway. So, no, it's been pretty chill. You know, I got my ups and downs. You know, as life goes. I'm trying to get better because no one on this earth is perfect.
Facts.
Far from it.
Far from it.
You know, I fall down every day. I got to get back up.
Fall down.
Exactly.
But we get back up again.
You got to get back up again, you know?
Fall down.
To the top.
To the top. Take it up. Take it up, Donnie.
I mean, outside of that, it's been chill preparing. I got a little road trip I got to go to later on.
Trip.
My little sister.
Like that Rugrats road trip. You know what I'm saying? Sad moment. Okay.
Man, she had her prom 2 days ago.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
You almost shot a missile down there.
Listen, man, I'm not ready for this. It's the reason why I don't want daughters.
So I'm gonna kill them.
Listen,
I'm gonna kill them and them
all day.
Kill them all.
Besides that, it's been all right. How about yourself, man?
I've been all right. Was on vacation last week. Supposedly I caught no show at work yesterday, but you know, God is good.
All the time.
God's good. God's good. You know, have my 1 year anniversary. It's different.
Happy anniversary.
That was cool. And you know, it's on Mother's Day, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1er, which is my favorite kind of thing. Especially because I'm not big on holidays and things like that. You know, kind of hate them.
You ain't gonna never forget. Like,
well, Mother's Day ain't on the same day every year. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it just ended up falling on this one. So it's like, you know. So that was.
There was a lot of people. Anniversary was on Sunday too.
Yeah,
yeah. I had a homeboy there. It was their anniversary too. I was like, dang, that is. Yeah, exactly. I was like, must be popular this year.
Must be popular this time of year to get married on a 14.
I didn't know the flowers are blooming.
Yeah,
this time of year, but hey, they outside.
You know what I'm saying? The lilies, they bloom.
Yo, speaking of flowers, though, I don't know if I swear everybody in the city got CC'd in the same email. There's nothing but tulips everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Wow.
At people's houses. You go to...
That's true. That's true. Know what it is? It's because they bloom again.
Well, yeah, there's that.
They
but
bloom
at some point in time,
somebody
they all got CC'd in the email. It's like, yo,
go and buy these tulips.
Yeah, they probably did it during COVID.
You know.
And then now, but everywhere in the city, everywhere that I go, I'm like, yo, what is
that is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Get it colorful.
That's my favorite flower. So
yeah. You know.
Yeah.
It's because the lips. I know you weird like that. Anyway,
whatever.
It's me cracking jokes. But when we come back, we gonna start the conversation today. We talking about we popping a bubble on suicide. Hopefully, real you win. And we'll see where the conversation go. It's your boy, with your boy, and we be back, boying it up. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm Rachel Stewart Johnson, the author of Shackled That Had Me Bound, owner of Beautiful Boss LLC, an advocate for abuse victims. At Beautiful Boss is where we take beauty personally, where we empower people and encourage them to be the beautiful boss they were created to be. Join the conversation with me every Thursday at 1 p.m. on Fire 716 Radio. It's radio.
TQ, I am The Queen I Am with Felicia Gaddis. Her story, her experience, her wisdom. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. at Fire 716 Radio. TQIM inspires, uplift, and transform. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
This is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
What up? It's your boy, Dan or Dark Knight, also here with my boy, Knuckles, who you love to hate and you hate to love.
Talk
Today, we is talking about suicide prevention. This come with a story. Oh, Knuckles got it. Talk to him.
Well, there's a couple stories. How much time you got, buddy?
We got an hour.
Well, oh man, it was, I do Uber and stuff like that. And there was this young gentleman who, as soon as he got in my car, first thing he asked me was, you ever been through a breakup? I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm like, how long did it take you to get over it? I'm like, well, it depends on who the breakup was with. Some people, the moment the words, we're breaking up, instant relief. Like, I never thought about this person ever again. And then there's other people where I'll hear a certain song, the wind may blow, and and just instantly I'm remembered by them, and then just
walking in the rain.
I'm like, so I let them know, I'm like, it depends on what it is, how this person made you feel, whatever the case may be, it's gonna take time no matter what. But he was like, okay, yeah, because he was on his way to therapy because him and his girl just broke up, and then he started indulging into his story and how everything was going. I asked him, was the relationship even good or worth it? He was like, nah, like, we argued all the time. I didn't know how to control my mouth. I was going to school full time, and she was like, I can't be with a man who doesn't have a job. So I ended up getting a job, and that became just extremely stressful to the point where everything, my grades started slipping at school. GPA went down, and it just kind of avalanched, on its way there and stuff like that. And everything's he was letting me know, all his triggers and stuff like that. And my thing is, y'all too young to be triggered. Especially y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't go anywhere. That's besides the point. All right.
Yeah,
so,
side point.
Yeah. So I try to give him as much advice as possible. Ask him, is it a job that he needs to survive? He's like, absolutely not. I didn't need the job in the first place. I just got it because she wanted me to get it. I'm like, well, if it's affecting your grades, it's affecting your schoolwork, and you have a purpose with getting school done, that's top priority. And you really shouldn't be with somebody if their whole agenda is to see your demise, for just to watch you burn up in flames.
Right.
That ain't for you. You need to be with somebody that's gonna elevate you and push you to greatness. She's not doing that. That's somebody that you need to just let it go. Just leave it be.
Right.
And he's, asking all these questions. Well, if she comes back into my life, is it okay if I ask these questions? I'm like, it's okay to ask any question. If she gets offended or triggered by it, that's something that's on her. It has nothing to do with you, because you just looking for what her intentions are. Because last time y'all got together, she damn near killed you.
Right.
So what are your intentions now? There's nothing wrong with asking that question, especially if you're investing your life with this person. It's perfectly fine. I mean, I hope I helped the kid out. he thanked me a bunch. I really don't care about stuff like that, but I just want people to know. And like I told him, like life exists without that person, without the people that's causing you harm and danger. Life still goes on, no matter what. You need to find out how to make that work.
Right. So I guess a good place to start is would be, what is your goal? Because as far as with him, school was his goal, but he allowed he allowed outside interference to mess with the goal in which he had.
Right.
You know what I mean? So as the first thing is to identify the thing in which you want to do, and then if you are doing something that you feel is your goal already, to not allow anybody or anything to sway you out of your goal.
Yeah.
His issue is that he was in love with this girl, and then so because he is in love with this girl, anything that she necessarily wanted him to do, or anything that, like, any kind of comment she made, like how you said, she said like she can't be with a dude who don't work. Like, I don't know. My thing would have been like, well, we are in college.
Yeah.
Most people don't work
Right.
in college, because college is a lot of work. You know what I mean? If I do work, I do work on campus or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to stress myself out, especially depending on wherever you're going to school for.
I mean, and clearly, if he was going to school full time and don't need a job, that means he got money.
Right.
Already. He's good. So why are you stressing this? You want him to get a minimum wage 9-to-5 job on top of being a full-time student. That's what, 15 college credits?
Right.
Minimum, or is that 12? Doesn't matter. 12 to 15
Right.
credits for being a full-time student on top of a 9-to-5 that don't really pay anything. It makes no sense. Where after I graduate and get this degree, I can get a job getting 65,000 and up.
Get a job that I was working toward.
Right. And you wouldn't even have to ask that question, because now the next question is, I can't believe I'm with a guy who works in this field. I need a guy who needs to work in that field.
Right.
Like, I was going for that.
Right. No matter.
But you stop the progress because you're
right.
mental.
Right.
I don't know.
I guess my thing is, like, people like that, no matter what you do, they're going to have an excuse of something that they can't deal with because you ain't doing this. And the first thing you need to do with people like that is to take them out of your life. Because people that are trying to direct you, and they're not trying to direct you in a positive way, like, and this is how you can identify these things. If everything is an ultimatum to you doing something, they're not trying to direct you positively.
Yeah.
If everything is like with him, she can't mess with a dude that don't work, but money was never his issue. So why did you want him to work other than to say that he worked?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or, like you said, that's where it start. And then now, then you finally graduate, and now you're doing this, and now it's I can't mess with a dude that's not a doctor, or
Right.
I can't mess with a dude that, is not a lawyer, or, something like that. And now what you doing? You gonna go back to school
Right.
to get a degree, and you gonna have to work because you can't mess with a dude that work. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, people with ultimatums are always going to have more ultimatums.
Yeah.
No matter what, they're going to continuously stack these ultimatums on you because something or somebody or whatever it is taught them, or they learned, or they read, because that's usually how it is. They was on social media looking, and they read this and they read that, or they seen this and they seen that, or some rapper or singer that they like said this thing.
Right.
And none of it pertains to their life, but they're going to try to force it upon yours. those kind of people, they're only negative to your life, and they're only going to push you in the direction that the boy was going in at the time. You know what I mean? Before this conversation that you
Yeah.
have with them, you know, it's just going to cause more problems than it's going to cause solutions when you're trying to please people
Mm-hmm.
because you want to be with somebody, and being with somebody isn't as important as reaching your goal.
Yeah.
Some positive things for that. If you have a vision, especially for people with vision already, because I know that, you know, for some people it's hard
Mm-hmm.
to have a goal. You know what I mean? To find it out exactly what they want. You know, but for those who have a goal, a vision, you know what I mean, like, and I told this up and coming poet. He probably might end up being famous one of these days. Young boy 20 from Chicago.
Okay.
You'll learn about him one day. I talk to him. I talk to him all the time, and I had to tell him, the person that somebody's going to see what you do and want to jump on your train and be cool with what you do
Mm-hmm.
and like what you do, and they're going to try to help you with what you're doing. So don't stress yourself out over a relationship or trying to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? I understand being lonely can sometimes push people
Mm-hmm.
into things that they may not necessarily go for if they weren't. But like being lonely is a lot better than being in a relationship that's going nowhere or that you're not satisfied with.
Yeah.
So as long as you got your own vision, your own thing, like you only gonna meet people with vision and their own thing going. And that's what's important with that specifically.
No.
Um
I'll say the other thing, well, the other story will be recently, last week,
Mhm.
last week Thursday, we had a jumper up on where the 33 and the 198 meets. He was all the way up on the fence of the turnpike on one of the exits, and he was getting ready to jump, and traffic was held up for like 3 hours, and I don't know, like it was just bothering me so much.
but they said somebody initially did come and like
Oh yeah, no, he's safe now. They talked talked him down, and out of it, which is amazing. Um, what gets me is people's reactions to it, and I get it. You're sitting in your car, you have I understand why everybody's sitting here recording this, but it got me thinking to where people don't see it. People only see that in the moment where you sit there and get ready to give up. They don't see the signs beforehand that leads up to this. They ignore it, and then once it's to that point, they still don't even help out. They don't give out a helping hand. They don't give an encouraging word. They just, oh dang, yep, she about to do it. Oh, yep, there he is. I knew it. I saw it last week too. He was talking crazy, but you won't say nothing to this actual person that can, give them that boost that they need, give them that encouragement to keep pushing, keep moving on.
right.
And it just bothers me so much to see that where this is what humanity is now. This is the type of people that we are right now. We don't talk to people anymore. Everything is
that we in that TMZ culture is what I call it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, everybody's a newscaster, journalist, and everybody got something to say in their little opinion, but they won't say anything. I don't know. It's weird. It's just extremely weird. I don't like it, but I don't know. As a people, we got to do better to help out one another. We're all in this realm together, and everyone's gonna graduate, and it sucks to see somebody who was close to graduating and they drop out. And that's definitely a metaphor, but you get the point of what I'm trying to make. So
Well, but yeah. Um, I guess that one is a little harder because it's like you say, you're in your car, you was on your way somewhere, wherever you was going to,
Right.
so like now you stuck. So now you mad because you're stuck. But then like you see somebody just standing up there, and the first thing you did was you pulled out your phone to videotape if
Yeah.
they was gonna do it or if they wasn't.
No,
You know what I mean?
No prayer.
No prayer, no shoot, not even a hey, what are you doing? Don't do that. Like
Mhm.
none of that. Like, ain't yelling out to them like, yeah, even though I know some people who have tried to commit suicide before, and it's like, when you in the middle of it, nobody want to hear you got so much to live for. Nobody want to hear stuff like that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I said, we in a TMZ era, of people that everything, no one catches, no one cares about the lead up anymore.
Mhm.
Everybody only cares about the result. Nobody cares about the cause. Everybody only cares about the effect.
Yeah.
Nobody was pulling out their phone when he was going through whatever he was going through.
Right.
Before then, you pulled out your phone when he climbed that fence and he was standing on it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's just like it's like the stupid fight videos that people be watching. Like y'all didn't videotape the lead up,
Right.
and y'all didn't try to stop the escalation.
Mhm.
Y'all just put out the phone when right before somebody started swinging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They face to face now, so now you pull the phone out because you're like, oh yeah, I'm a
And
videotape it.
when the swing is about to happen, because instantly you just, all right, I need to start recording. As soon as
Right.
you hit record, bop, 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 like instantly.
So
you see the signs clearly.
right. So like it's down. I don't know what it is, and I can't. I don't know necessarily when it started. Social media always gonna play a part in these kinds of things,
Mhm.
but I feel like this is something before social media came out. You know what I mean? Like shoot, if you want to take it for real, this go really far back. This go as far as with Ronnie King and stuff. Like they didn't they was videotaping Ronnie King getting arrested or whatever, and then the riot, and then y'all videotaped the riots, which I made it seem like oh no, they're wilding, they're tripping. Like bro, like one, you just showed us you killed this black man, and now you expect us not to be upset about it, and now you like
Well,
these things get all this.
die.
These
They
things,
just
well,
he was
what I'm
already
saying.
detained, and then they just
you
stomped the
you
mess out of him.
stomped the mess out of Rodney King, and now you don't expect the whole hood to trip out about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
I
I get the fact of some things, documentation purposes.
Right. But other stuff, but I'm talking, especially right now, the things that everybody want to be, like you said, everybody want to be a reporter, everybody want to be a journalist.
Want to be Walter Cronkite.
You know what I mean? But
everybody can't.
But the thing is that all the things that you recorded and all the things you journaling on, they don't mean nothing because you sat there and let something negative unfold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You let it build up.
You let it build up. You didn't even step in. You was there.
And now
you was in a position to stop it. It's one thing if 3 people pull out a gun and then you pulled out your phone and 3 people pulled out a gun, and like it's like and then that just happened like just out the blue, or like if you were a real journalist and it's just a standoff happening somewhere and you just rolled up, like that's journalism, not you ain't gonna hit him, pull the phone out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not journalism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not it's not helping nothing.
It's not
helping anything to anything. And it's not hyping you. It's not making you look like, oh shoot, you got all the if you want to know something, go to what's the name page. They got everything, they recording it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All you really doing is building an empire waiting to fall, because now you videotape everything, somebody is waiting for you.
To me, it just
Somebody waiting for
shows,
you to do something so then they could do the same thing to you.
it just reveals to me that there's a deeper sadness within yourself to I guess feel some type of validation of, oh well, shoot, I'm the one that I caught it on camera. I'm the one who captured this moment, before whatever the case may be. And everybody wants to feel accepted. Like, that ain't life. Life ain't about being accepted. But in today's culture, that's everybody wants to be accepted, and by any means necessary. If I have to sit there and murder somebody, and just so I could get my little bit of fame, I'm going to do it because all I want is acceptance. So you're doing it by any means. But as a human race, how are we supposed to evolve as people? Like, we just stopped. We just got stuck in this weird time zone phase, and we're just stagnant right now. We're not progressing to do anything, and if anything, we're declining as a species, as a race. And it's sad, especially in this age of information. Everybody, like, I don't know, it's a lot to it, but the moral of all this is that if you see the signs, say something. I would rather talk to you alive than speak well at your funeral. And I might not even speak well at your funeral. Like, okay, that's just me. I mean, yeah, no one wants to hear about, oh, you have so much to live for and all that stuff. Because one, you already know. If you really want to go ahead and give up your life,
Can anybody really stop you?
I can't stop you. I'm not going to encourage it. I'm gonna let you know, like, yo, this, you putting me in a pickle right now, because
I'd rather not see it.
I definitely don't want to see it, but I'm invested now. It's now a part of me that we share this moment here, and now that's on my plate. I'm not saying don't do it because so make me feel better. I want you not to do it because you have something to offer this world other than your freaking skin on a pavement. You have more to society. Everybody has a job to do in this world and something to offer to this world. Your gifts, your talents to progress and move the people forward. And you not doing it, it's one, selfish, and two, I lost my thought. I'm not even gonna lie.
I lost my thought.
Yeah, but I don't know. Part of me also, that's just I guess the funny douchey side of me. It'd be like, a scary movie, when the principal's getting ready to jump off the building and just Sydney's all at the bottom, just, what are you waiting for, huh? That was messed up, but
but back to it.
I can never say that. But if you really want to jump, what are you waiting off?
Back to the conversation anyway. Because, gotta have jokes with John around.
Oh, hey, military, dark humor.
Definitely, we need to be more observant, especially because it's not as if we don't see signs.
Yeah,
a lot of the times. But also, and this is where the rubber gonna meet the road for some people, is that no one can read your mind. So if you're feeling the type of way, you should say something.
Yeah,
you need to say something to somebody. It's going, like you said, it's going now, you, because one, and this once again, this is one road. One is going to now force somebody to be in a position with you now, because now no matter what, they done join hands in you in whatever you was thinking, whatever you was doing. You know what I mean? And it makes them accountable now.
Yeah.
And sometimes, especially when you're thinking about killing yourself, because I know I've thought about it before, having somebody accountable for you you know, makes it very hard
Mm-hmm.
to do. Because not even necessarily because I don't want to hurt this person's feelings or whatever, but because that person is going to now be on me about what I'm doing, where I'm
Yeah.
at, how I'm feeling. You know what I mean? All the time. I remember telling my wife, that I was thinking about killing myself just before she was my wife, and like she was on me all day, every day, um, seeing where I was at, seeing what I was doing, making sure I got to work,
Mm-hmm.
make sure I came home, because that's what accountability really is.
Yeah.
Um, so one way to kind of prevent suicide is to make somebody accountable. Now that might be hard for a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and I know a lot of people probably will be mad and be like, "That's messed up. That's hella selfish." You know what I mean? But it's a selfish act, and you need a selfless person,
Yeah.
or you need to come in and to be that person to be accountable.
See, but I'd rather do, like I said, I'd rather do that
Mm,
and call you every single day. Hey, bro, what's going on? How you doing? You're like, everything all right? It's cool. You need to talk. You need to go on a walk. You need to do something. I'd rather have this time in these moments to make sure that we're good than be at your funeral talking about all the, dang, I'm really going to miss my boy, man. We were supposed to do this. We were supposed to do that, instead of actually going out and doing it, because it could have prevented something.
mm,
And sometimes that's all people need is just, I need that one person that's always going to be in my corner no matter what. They're not judging me. They're not saying, they'll let me know about myself, but there's no judgment as far as being condemned for anything that I do. They're letting me freely speak my mind. They're giving me advice. We sitting here at true friendship, true brotherhood, sisterhood. And we, in today's society where it's just nothing but fake everywhere, because like I said, everybody just wants to be that popular person. They just want that validation. They just want to be accepted everywhere, that they're willing to do everybody grimy just so that way they could be a part of something. There's people need that genuineness. People need that. So I agree. The whole accountability thing, it has to be a must.
make somebody accountable.
Yeah. And it's not selfish at all. Because like I said, I'd rather speak to you now,
right,
than at your funeral. So, why?
Not my baby.
Right.
And my one friend, he said that because somebody on Facebook, they put, I guess it's gonna go into more of a conversation.
Yeah.
They put that I don't feel suicide is selfish. A couple people I know had their opinions on it, agreeing. One of my friends said that this is where I got the, like, you got so much to live for and all that. It's like, that sometimes the issue is your family and your people that's around you.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're my reason. They're my problem.
Mm-hmm.
We already talked about, getting those kind of people out of your life, like just cutting them off. But I know sometimes you can't do that, when it's like, your parents or something like that. Because, those are the people technically taking care of you, even if it's may not be how you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where the accountability, I think accountability is going to be the number one way is by making other people accountable. I know kids in high school, they have these issues, make your guidance counselors accountable. Make your teachers accountable.
Well, that's what the guidance counselor is there for.
That's what you want to believe.
Guidance.
I'm saying,
No, my guidance counselor wasn't.
Mine was, but like that's what I'm saying.
Mine wasn't shiggity.
But like that's what I'm saying. Make people accountable. Make your teachers accountable. Make your principals accountable,
Mhm.
security at your school accountable, your friends accountable. Make these people accountable. Yeah, is it going to be annoying sometimes? Yes. Now why? Because don't nobody want to be dealing with. Can't everybody can't deal with your feelings all day
Yeah.
and be worrying about you all day.
I mean,
And
you
that's
have
and that's
you got to
that's
be
the fact of the
accountable for
matter.
yourself
You
too.
know what I mean? No, yeah, you definitely gotta be accountable for yourself. But I know, like, once you reach that point where you like, I'd rather be dead than
Right.
deal. You know what I mean? I think having people accountable for your feelings is important
Yeah.
because if nothing else, I'm pretty because your teacher is supposed to be a responder no matter
Mhm.
what. So like once you tell them, it's supposed to be a whole protocol,
Yeah.
that go along with it. You know
True.
what
I
I mean?
remember I was in the 7th grade, and at the desk that I usually sit at, someone pretty much wrote a suicide note, and they thought it was me because it was always at my desk. So as soon as I got in, they was like, "Yeah, Jonathan, like, we need to talk to you," and like there was mad people around me and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, so everything okay? You good? Blah blah blah." Give me a whole spiel. I'm like, "Yeah, why? What's going on?" And then at a certain point, I started getting pissed off because I'm like, don't none of y'all like me? What is going on? Like, what's the problem? Like, oh well, we found this note and out of this. I'm like, okay, well, one, that's not mine. They're like, well, have you been having any thoughts? Have you ended up doing this? I'm like, no. That was the first time that I ever thought about suicide in general, not me actually doing it to myself.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I'm more homicidal than I am suicidal. So, but I guess if I were to go out like that, it'll be I'll do something to where I know for a fact my crime will automatically get me killed right then and there. So I guess assisted suicide
In a way,
after
I guess.
like a homicidal rampage,
I guess.
I guess,
I guess.
but
Calvin
that's that's as far as it'll go. But for me to personally go ahead and do it, I don't see myself doing it because of what I know, what's been revealed to me. I know that everything is temporary in this realm. Ain't nothing gonna last. So the pain that I'm feeling right now, the suffering that I'm feeling right now, the crappy emotions that I'm feeling right now, the crappy people that's around me, including family that's around me, they're not gonna last.
Right.
This moment here is not gonna last forever. It may
just a
seem like that. It is just a moment. So because I know these truths, I know that, you know what, let me just get through this little bit, this little rough patch, this little bit of turbulence, but I still know I got more clouds to go through. Not every cloud's going to be smooth sailing. There are going to be some turbulence. There is going to be some turbulence. But eventually, the plane's going to land. And when it lands, boom, chilling.
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I guess that's the way of looking at it.
Well,
but not everybody sees it that way. Not everybody wants to hear it.
Right. I think that's what it really is that no, I really want to hear it. And I guess before I go to this next thing, I think that's a real issue. To be feeling like, because I know people that suffer from real depression.
Mm-hmm.
I suffer from depression to a degree. And it's like, if you don't say nothing or anything, it seems as if you start doing stuff. It seems more out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I feel like to kill yourself out of spite is silly. I read this one comedian. She said, she thought about killing herself, but then she was like, "No, I'm gonna live just out of the spite of the people that are pissing me off. I'm gonna stay here to piss them off even more because I'm not gonna kill myself for them."
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that is a better way of thinking about it.
That is.
Without me, I know Jesus, and Jesus thing is, why would I kill myself? I know when I'm trying to get to heaven, it ain't guaranteed that I'll kill myself. I'm gonna get there. So like I'm a put my trust in whatever the Lord got it going to do.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people don't. That might not be a belief for people, and that's fine. But that's also how I feel too.
Say, shoot, even in the Bible, Elijah, he was one of the greatest prophets, but he also dealt with mad depression. He was suicidal as well. He was done. He was like, "Yo, Jezebel's after me. I ain't trying to deal with this. I'd rather go now."
right,
And
killed everybody. He done cut heads off, all types of stuff.
he did
Still, like,
mad stuff.
he's
And then
like,
this one
"No, Lord."
opposition, he instantly,
It's ready to go.
it crept up and it hit him hard, But that reassurance and that confirmation and that encouragement will keep you going. As small as it could be, the smallest gesture, or just words of affirmation.
Mhm.
Definitely, it goes a long way. So I tell people all the time, I love you, and I hear outside, you don't even know me. I'm like, I still love you.
Right. Ain't
Yeah,
got
no
nothing-
one told you today, I love you. I could stand on 10 toes with that one.
You filthy animal. But somebody wrote on Facebook that the only time pain ends is when you're dead. What reason is there to make up for the suffering? And they said to answer that before calling suicide a selfish act. And I wanted to talk about that with the 20 minutes that we have left.
Okay.
Because I know people are tired of being told it'll work out. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. You suffering. Even the Bible says, a man suffer, for a little while.
Mhm.
Which is true. Because the Bible ain't gonna lie. But
Facts.
I hear you though when you say, I don't want to hear it's going to work out. You know what I mean? And like I read, what reason is there to make up for the suffering? I think, like we said before, I'm living because you got a goal, living because somebody is now accountable with you, living because just out of spite,
Mhm.
But I think the best thing, I think the number one thing that will carry you on longer, because you don't want to live, you don't want to just be living out of hatred all day, is the thing that makes up for the suffering is the positive that you can put out yourself. And I think that a lot of us lose sight of that when we're in our feelings.
I mean, look at it like, if a diamond was a person, the suffering of getting to where it needs to be before it becomes a sparkling, shining diamond, it goes through a lot of suffrage. It goes through a lot of pain, a lot of torment, a lot of challenges. To one, you got all that pressure that's consistently on it, all that heat that's always, applied to it. Then it goes through the polishing phase. All that stuff is, like I said, if it was a human, there'd be a lot of torment towards it, to it. But once it gets done out of that phase, it's one of the most desirable pieces in the world.
Mhm.
You are a desirable piece, but to get you to your shining moment, it's going to be challenges. There's going to be some tormenting. There's going to be some suffrage. Like you said, Bible says man suffers. Paraphrasing. Everybody suffers. That is every single one. Man, when it says man, it's humankind. All of us. No one's exempt from it. But it's to polish us and to bring us to that desirable peace. Can't get there automatically. Shoot, I wish I could skip to the end. I wish I could sit there and, I'll control, alt, delete, fear, pain, anxiety, all this stuff, and be living my happy robot life, pretty much.
What do you say to people that say, well, I can't deal with all that? right now.
I mean, and that's the other thing. Well, people don't want to, hear the Bible, but Scripture talks about how God doesn't give us more than we could bear. We go through the things that we go through because we have the power within us to overcome it. It seems tough right now. Shoot, my problems 10 years ago, I wish I had those problems, but I still treated those problems as I do the problems that I have today. Now that, looking back on it, that was light work. And that's all it's going to be. That's how it's always going to continue to keep being. It's problem after problem, but I'm more equipped now. I have more experience in this field and just got to apply those tools. Is it going to get less challenging? No. The older you get, the more levels you get. It's like playing a video game, and everybody plays video games right now, especially the younger generation. Every level gets harder than the next. That doesn't keep you from not playing the game. That doesn't keep you from, enjoying it. That doesn't keep you from, let me do a side mission real quick. I can't get past this main mission real quick. I'm gonna go over here and do the side mission real quick, or let me go ahead and explore the rest of this,
Or let me put it down and play another
game. Or yeah. So I'm like, it doesn't stop you from doing it to keep, enjoying it. Is it gonna piss you off? Absolutely. Is it really stupid? Absolutely. Should it be done a different way? Absolutely. But we're not the creators of the game. So just got to keep working at it. Before you know it, you're going to beat the game. But, like I said, and then it comes to a point where people just don't want to hear it. And I understand it and I get it. If all else fails and you still confident that this is the right decision, I did my part. I said what I could say. Is it going to suck? Yes. Is it going to hurt? Absolutely. Because I don't want to see that. I don't want to hear that. And then now I got to deal with this, for the rest of my life that, at this moment, it sucked. But, things happen. Things are out of our control.
All right.
When it comes to that, as far as much as what we could do helping others. Now, everything is in your control when it comes to helping yourself. Now, if you want to give up, that's also a choice that you're just releasing that control. If you want to do it, like I said, we all have free will. You're going to do it, you're going to do it. I hope you don't do it. Because like I said, you have a lot to offer. And that pain stops when you're dead. My Bible says otherwise. There's a thing called torment for eternity. And last time I checked,
can't kill yourself from that.
You can't kill yourself from that. And if you're very fortunate to have 100 years in this realm, that's a lot shorter than eternity. So I'll rather deal with a little bit of torment and challenges and strife for what's in this realm than go on to the next phase and deal with it for eternity. I'm not trying to deal with torment for eternity at all. So I'd rather experience my hell right now and get all my polishing, get all my suffrage. So that way, when I graduate to the next stage, I'm that nice shining diamond. And I'm a piece and a crown jewel, just consistently always shining. I'd rather have that. That makes any sense to anybody. If not, hey.
But anyway,
I digress.
to talk about what.
My bad.
No, you was on. I just want to reiterate the question.
Yeah.
Which was, what reason is there to make up for the suffering? I think you answered it really well. I'm gonna answer it for those people that, you not feeling the Lord in His energy. Like I said earlier, I think the greatest reason that I could think of would be the positive in which that you bring.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know usually are told that, all about the negative stuff that you do or whatever. But you're not, even if you can't stop the voices from saying it, you can always stop them you can always not allow them to stop you from doing what you're doing. Shoot, I'm negative on myself all day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So like, but I can't let that stop me
Right.
from doing what I think is a positive thing. That I get positive feedback from. I know some people that they're depressed. You know, they deal with depression, but they're crazy talented musicians,
Mm-hmm.
or they're crazy good at drawing. You know what I mean? And I feel like to live, to be that great person at that thing should, even if you don't feel like it does, I feel like it should overshadow,
Yeah.
you know, that, because other people, because, you know, a lot of people have these feelings because they're not recognized.
Mm-hmm.
But to have a talent that people can see is a recognizable thing. You know, if you can draw and you put a drawing on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
and people like it, that's recognition. Instagram, Pinterest, you know, is getting recognized. Even if it's one person,
Yeah.
is being recognized. You know, the person who asked the question about, you know, what is it to make up all the suffering, just got done playing, like ending like a month or like a week, a couple weeks of playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just was in shows
Right.
for a good amount of time, getting that recognition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You just got done with being happy. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that depression will hit you and you'll be on the floor and down.
Right.
But you need to bring back to your remembrance the, yo, I just got done doing something crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm probably gonna end up, and then summer just about to hit. I'm about to go back to doing those things.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Depression don't last all the time, all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You definitely get stints and you get lengths of it. You know, you're not saying you ain't depressed for a couple of days. You know what I mean? But to have an outlet, because some people don't have them.
Yeah.
Because some people aren't talented. You know what I mean? To have an outlet that brings you joy,
Yeah.
and it's joy that you can share, is a big positive of why you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
It should be a big prevention, like a big stamp of prevention for you. Other things is just, you know, your job, unless you hate it. But if you hate your job, quit.
Mm-hmm. True, I did.
We live in an era. We live in an era now where you don't need to be working 9 to 5s with people. You know what I mean? If you got a car, if you got a car now, guess what? You can put your car to work now.
Mm-hmm.
You can drive Uber, Lyft, Uber Eats, Grubhub, all that. You can do all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You can do every single one for every single sticker on the back of your car right now, today. And now you got 4 jobs. And you working when you feel like it.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying?
That's me.
You know what I'm saying? And like people with talents, and I mean, you know, and people without talents, you know, who don't have these outlets, like, I'm here to tell you that there is something that you're good at.
Yeah.
There's something that you love to do, even if you're not the greatest at it. There is something that you love. Focus on doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Let that be your number one reason. If it's video games, man, I really want to kill myself, but you know, Final Fantasy coming out in June, and you know, I really want to play that. So I'm gonna sit here for Final Fantasy, and then when I play that, I'm gonna play it.
I don't know. By the time that comes out,
right? You know, a couple games from it came out in between, and you know, now you're gamed on and you're focused.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now you got a reason to go to work. Now you got a reason to deal with the suffering or whatever you're dealing with. You know what I mean? What makes up for it is the result that you bring yourself in the end of it. What makes up for your suffering and your hard work?
Mm-hmm.
What makes up for, you know, you say you've been living selflessly what makes up for that is the result, the positive result you get from doing those things. You know what I mean? For
Mhm.
all the people that's gonna say you're dumb or you're stupid or it's dumb or is dumb, is always other people that's like thinks it's cool.
Right.
When I was in school, nobody liked anime.
That's a fact.
Liking anime was made you lame. It made you a loser. It ain't no matter if you could draw. It made you a lame, made you a loser. You could have known Japanese and nobody still cared
Right.
about you.
You
It
would've
is
got
2000.
dogged
It is
at the lunch table.
2023.
Mhm.
The whole world watches anime.
Yeah.
All a girl that used to go to school with me, that a bunch of dudes I know was chasing. She watched anime now,
Mhm.
and none of this was in high school.
Yeah.
Back when everybody thought it was dumb, but now it's great.
Mhm.
So all the things that people call you stupid for, eventually it's gonna come around that everybody's gonna like it.
Mhm.
Eventually, it just is. It's just how it is. And now that and I know social media has a lot of issue with sometimes dealing with your mental health and unstabilizing it to a degree, but social media is also a positive thing too. You're using it wrong.
Yeah.
I am in a million groups about anime, manga. And don't get me wrong, those groups of people, they can be toxic too. But we're all there talking about the thing that we like.
Yeah.
And that isn't changing.
Mhm.
Even if the thing you like is something that other people think is stupid. Like I might think polka is stupid. But guess what? There's probably 20 groups on Facebook right now talking it up about polka
I was
music.
like talking it
up every day, sharing videos. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just picked up an accordion. Like, hey guys, I'm just starting to learn the
Right.
accordion,
Hey,
and they
listen.
only know 3 notes. But guess what? Everybody in that group is hyping them.
Right.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I love it.
And
That
that's
could
something
be-
as small as that. That's a support system.
That's a support system.
That's a support group.
You
You just
know?
entered a support group.
They're there.
And
The
right.
support is there, regardless if it's music, art, unless you into like some real negative things. Okay, now if you into murdering people or like
Yeah, then there's
like stuff that's just morally wrong, you know what I mean?
see
No,
your
you know what I'm
local
saying?
psychiatrist.
you know
Tell
what I'm
them
saying?
everything.
Tell them everything. It's
so
a
that way they
problem.
could get the authorities
It is
involved.
yes, please. But I'm pretty sure there's groups on the internet for that. But anyway,
yeah.
regardless what it is, witchcraft,
Uh,
rocks. You're into stones and rubbing stones on you or whatever. There's groups all on the internet that will be there with you,
mhm.
probably dressed in all black, just like you do. We live in a time where people want to be embraced,
That acceptance.
but we
man.
also live in a time where people are embracing themselves, and you can be a part of the embracing yourself
Yeah.
part. Because even if you walk in the mall wearing, the stuff that they was wearing, what's that movie with my girl from Half and Half in it?
Mona.
Yeah, the one where they was all witches.
Oh, dang.
Uh,
What was that movie?
What was that movie called? It was the something. Now I'm gonna have to look on my phone for
Oh,
it.
shoot. Even like the whole gothic scene in
Y'all-
the 90s,
y'all-
that grunge look, and then transition to the gothic / emo phase before, like, straight weirdo. But then before you know it, everybody was rocking it.
Everybody.
Everybody was rocking it.
Everybody. Now everybody wear dark clothes.
Yeah.
Everybody wear eyeliner. You know what I mean?
Skaters, they had the baggy jeans. I mean, now they wear really tight jeans, and I don't get it. And a skater did make a point with the whole we wore the baggy jeans because it gave us that room that we needed to do what we need to do.
But guess what?
But
you young-ish. You don't care.
Yeah, you're young. You do your thing.
Who can stop you? That's the thing I'm saying. You're at a point right now where you have things you like, things you want to do. the thing that you may be suffering and dealing with all this stuff, but you need to keep in your mind that there are things, better
Mhm.
things, better things that you could be doing with your time
Mm.
instead of dwelling on what other people think or what other people are doing to you or what you're doing to yourself.
Yeah. There's
And then there's support groups, phone numbers to call because
yeah,
because of your
please call.
feelings. Like I said, the greatest thing I think you could do is one, find a support system, which is became a lot easier because of the internet.
Yeah.
And then shoot, make your support system accountable for your feelings.
Hmm.
If you've been feeling like killing yourself and you in that polka group, I'm pretty sure those people that also love polka, that know you love polka, is like, hey man, don't do it. Polka forever. Polka
Hey.
till we die. You know what I mean? Got your back. Hey, how you doing? Hitting you up all the time.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And so there is joy somewhere. And you know where it is. And only you know where it is.
Yeah,
And
not
you're
happiness, joy.
and being in your feelings, you're not searching for it.
Yeah.
But it's there. And when the next time it hits you, I implore you to grab onto it as tightly as you can, and to let that joy be the thing that pushes you forward,
Mhm.
that keeps you out of it. The greatest prevention to suicide to me is the result of the thing that you find joy in, and you continually doing that thing as much as you possibly can,
Yeah.
even if it's something crazy, as long as it's not against the law.
Right.
As long as it's not against the law. I, Dan the Dark Knight, right now, I'm for it and I'm for you. At the same time, I'm pretty sure I hope y'all share the video around,
Yeah, sure.
because even if people are feeling this way or whatever, me and Knuckles is here too. If you need to talk, hit us up.
Yep.
We're here to have these conversations also, to to help you find you.
Yep. And shoot, it's okay to even disconnect from social media because people use it in the wrong
Right.
way. It's okay to take a break from it. I took like almost 6 months. I was off Facebook. I didn't delete it because now Facebook wants to sit there and take 30 days just to delete your profile, which means they're selling your stuff to somebody else. But I digress from that. But I just deleted the app and I didn't log into anything. I didn't check to see, how people were doing. I kept, certain things. If people wanted to get in touch with me, I at least kept Snapchat open, for, that people who had my number or people I was already following, I could see, just a quick little snippet of what they're doing and the story. I'm not getting a cluster of just all the time.
Mhm.
So it's okay to disconnect. And there's a movie, has nothing to do with suicide, but the meaning in it, to me, it helped me out a lot, especially, changing my perspective on things.
Mhm.
It's called The Bronx Tale. Great film, very beautiful film. And there's a scene in there where this kid, he was all about Mickey Mantle. I love Mickey Mantle, Mickey Mantle, Mickey Mantle, Mickey Mantle. And the dude was like, "Why do you care? Mickey Mantle don't care about you. He doesn't care about your dad, like doing this, whatever the case may be. He doesn't care that you live in the apartment that you live in, or your light's about to get out. Mickey Mantle don't pay your rent because he doesn't care. No one cares. So we put so much clout on people. We give them so much praise, but one, they don't know you. Two, they don't care for you. They don't care about, if you idolize Beyonce, forgive me for using that language. If you idolize her and you're going through something, I'm sorry. She does not care about you to hit you up. Hey, listen, I heard you like one of my biggest fans in the Buffalo area. Are you okay? You're feeling down, out of this, out of that. They don't care. Stop idolizing these people and putting so much on these people, because at the end of the day, they don't care. They don't pay your rent. Anybody who ain't paying your bills, feeding you, providing for you, shouldn't have a say so on anything about anything. As far as in how you go about your life, unless it's extremely destructive and you out of pocket right now. But I don't know. I hope that made sense.
Makes sense to you. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense to you.
It definitely did. It made sense to me.
It makes
But
sense to you.
needless to say, that's a really good movie. You should watch. It's about making right choices.
Making right choices.
Making right choices.
Which is a positive thing. We all about
It is.
down for you guys making right choices. But this has been Pop the Vovo. This has been The Real. As I say every show, the show is about reeling it in. And I hope that that's what we did.
And this is all in love.
All in love.
Yes.
We joke. It is what it is, but it's all in love. I hope y'all reach out. I hope y'all share this video with people that you feel,
Please talk
feel
to
like
people.
they want to, kill themselves, or they've been thinking about it. You know what I mean? Tell them to disregard some of the wild stuff that we say, but to really
reach
tap
out.
in,
Yeah.
to the positive things in it.
Use
I hope
the
this was
resources.
helpful to y'all as much as it's helpful to us. We're gonna be back again. Once again, next week we supposed to be having a special guest. We're gonna see how that goes.
Yeah.
And this has been Pop the Bubble. This has been your boy, Dan the Dark Knight.
And your boy Knuckles. Remember, reach out, call somebody. No one's a mind reader.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah. Maxwell got a song. What is it called? Love somebody. Love somebody. Tell me what you feel. But anyway.
Yeah, that song.
It's been Pop the Bubble. This has been real. What's good with y'all? Peace out. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, self-control. All these things are things you should be chewing on. You'll get it one day.
Yes.
Peace out.
Yes.